Hey there everyone, welcome to today's video from the Retro Game Guy. Today we're going to have a look at F-Zero on the Super Nintendo. Now, F-Zero is set in the future, it's the year 2560, and the story goes basically that civilization has made friends across the galaxy with other civilizations, striking up trade deals, and generally life is good across the galaxy. It's all very friendly, to the point that we now have a Grand Prix. It's no ordinary Grand Prix though, it's the F-Zero Grand Prix. So in this game you get to select which vehicle you want. There are 4 futuristic vehicles. They can all go at crazy speeds, 400, 500, 600, 700 kilometers an hour if you have turbos in play. Let's have a quick look at the vehicles. You've got the Blue Falcon, which is a nice sort of mid-range vehicle, quite light, and lots of power. You've got the Wild Goose, the green vehicle, that's super powerful, but a little bit more heavy, so a bit more difficult to control handling-wise. The heaviest vehicle, but the fastest over time, is the Fire Stingray, the pink vehicle. But as you probably know by now if you've watched some of my videos, I'm a fairly average player, so I like to keep middle of the road, so I'm going to choose the Golden Fox, basically because it's an all-round performer. It's quite light, which helps me navigate difficult corners. So what we're going to do in this video is we're just going to have a look at the Night League. We're going to do the first lap of the race just to have a look at each of the tracks, the 5 tracks, and then we'll rejoin the action on the final lap just to see how I get on and see if I can actually qualify and what my lap times are. So let's give it a whirl, starting in Mute City. Now please, as always, if you like what you're seeing, please like the video, please leave a comment for me, talk maybe about the game and your experiences of playing F-Zero, but the most important thing is please to subscribe to the channel, so we can start growing the channel, and hit the notification bell so that you can see when the videos are released. So on to the action. So this first one will go a bit longer so we can explain. So very simple. You've got your accelerate, and as you can see, look at them speeds, 400 plus kilometers an hour. It's a fairly simple course to get you bedded in to the game. You've got your power bar at the top, which means that if you crash, you lose power, and this is how you regain that power on each lap. There is a charging station where you can regain your power. You get turbos when you complete a lap, which are the S's at the bottom. So I've got 1 green turbo. We'll probably save that in case of any trouble later on. And then, of course, once you've got round the first lap, you tend to bump into the crazy traffic, which does whatever it can basically to annoy you, to push you off the track, and basically to make you lose. So that is Mute City. We've done 2 laps there. We're going to skip forward now, and let's see how we get on the final lap. So welcome back everybody. A fairly uneventful race, has to be said. The occasional back marker just like that causing some slight irritation, as they usually do to me. But yeah, we've got plenty of boost in the bank. We're full on power. Yeah, I mean, if you look at Mute City then just for a minute, so graphically this was amazing when this was first released. I think it was just advanced for its time. If you slow down, which I'm not going to do, you can see the moving graphic, the pixels, which look really good. Today you'd probably argue no, obviously it's not amazing today, but this really was a fantastic game when it first came out graphically, and really showcased some of the Super Nintendo's graphic skills. And as with most games on the Super Nintendo, the music with this game was also awesome. And Mute City, of course, most people who hear that tune will straight away attach that to this game in terms of F-Zero music. But let's move on to track 2, which is Big Blue. Big Blue race 2. So again, I don't think the difficulty increases particularly much on this track. There are a few interesting turns later on in the level. There's these quite wide bank turns which surprisingly can actually cause you one or two problems if you start drifting, and you can end up facing the wrong way, so let's not do that. It starts to introduce some little sort of, and I say S-turns, they are quite light, quite loose, and some quite sharp 90-degree angle turns, but nothing that's going to trouble you if you're, you know, used to playing this game. So that is the first lap done. We're comfortable, so let's see how we're getting on when you rejoin us. So welcome back as we enter the last lap of the race, and yeah, it's been really comfortable. So we have plenty of turbos spare. We just need to negotiate the back markers successfully on the final lap. It's got a lovely, calm, relaxing sort of aura to this track with the nice scenery in the background. It's very wide. It's really difficult to get into major drama on this track. Like I say, this area here is probably where you might have trouble, but yeah, straightforward win there. But trust me, if you're thinking this is going to be plain sailing all through this video, and I've not even raced the next tracks, I can tell you from experience that the next 3 tracks will get progressively harder, and I won't have it all my own way. So please keep watching, and yeah, as I said earlier, please like the video and subscribe. Sand Ocean. Okay, so this one is probably about fairly straightforward. Just before I go into the track there, if you notice that start, so I have a bit of a technique where I hold the accelerator down probably slightly after the start, and I seem to get a good start, but then they quite quickly catch me up, which is really annoying. So if you do know a really good start technique, please let me know in the comments. But yeah, back to this track. So it's really windy. It starts to introduce more complicated turns that I navigate essentially by just holding off the accelerator a little bit. But even then, as you can see there, I don't have it simply. I don't have the best technique. I'm sure there are gamers that probably don't need to do that. But we're in first, so we're looking good. So let's see where we are when you rejoin us on the last lap. Okay, so here we are. We're running fairly smoothly onto the final lap. No real hiccups to note. This turn always seems to get me, but we've navigated it well on the last lap. Well, that wasn't great. We need to keep our speed up. We've got plenty of turbos in the bag for any major emergencies. It always strikes me in the background, what are some of them features? They look like mushroom clouds rather than desert features, but a little bit worrying, given the fact we're supposed to be all friends. But yeah, looks like we're going to win this race with plenty to spare as we boost across the line. So first place there, some pretty decent laps in there, about 42 being my best time on that round. Let's move on to track 4. So on the face of it, Deathwind looks really simple. It's an oval track, but almost immediately I get myself into trouble. You essentially have to navigate this track by driving diagonally against the direction of the wind. So, and it reverses on the back side of this track, as you can see there. That wasn't very good. Let's just try and get organised here. We've not been aggressive to the best start. And this is what I told you about this video. It was never going to be straightforward because I'm not the best fzero player. But we get a timely bit of luck there with the power regenerating, and we're okay now. We're just slightly behind. We need to start hitting these. Boosts really if we're going to catch up to first place. So we'll stick with it for a minute, just because we're not in this video running away with it like we have been doing, and then hopefully we can catch up and get round him on this one. We've hit a boost there, so I'm going to use my own little booster. Fairly neck and neck, and now we're past, so that should hopefully see us through to the end. So please rejoin us on the final lap. So here we are on the final lap. We're still in first place. Can't say that it's been the easiest of races, but we've got 2 turbos in the bag now, which is really good. So we can just hit these, which we haven't done. I'm going to use a boost just to make sure we hold them off. Oh, look at the speeds. We are absolutely flying. Now we just need to avoid these back markers, which is easier for me said than done. So I'm going to use my other boost. This is getting a bit hairy now. We didn't need this at the end. Oh, we're going to finish second. He's going to pip us to the line. So yeah. Pipped at the post. Yeah, not my favourite track. The wind does cause havoc, especially when we get back markers on that tight section. So other than that last lap, I think we were okay. But this is it now. We're on to silence. Now, I am going to tell the truth here. This is a really difficult track for me. I really struggle with the tight corners. It's very, very acute. There's lots of 90-degree turns and they follow each other. There's a choice here where if you just like that get it wrong and miss a jump, you slow down significantly. But yeah, let's see how we get on. To be honest, I'm not aiming to finish first in this. I'm aiming to finish, and then if we finish any better than what we need qualify, then that's a bonus. Yeah, let's try and get round first and foremost. Will there be footage of a final lap? You'll have to find out in a couple of seconds, but we're in first place. I'll see you in a minute. Oh, here we are. Incredibly, we're still in first on the final lap. I'm not feeling confident. I've just had a really shaky lap there where I thought I was going to lose it, but we got by and we're still in first. I mean, like I say, at this stage, it's just about finishing in the top three, which I think... Oh, get out of my way. Which I think is going to be enough to get ourselves through to the end without having any retries, which is the aim of this, really. Oh, we're struggling. We've got one more corner. Can we stay first? Oh my goodness, we're going to win. And we've won the final race. So, that is it. That is the first Grand Prix finished, and therefore the end of this video. So we got a good lap there at the end of 34.90, which was the best lap. So please, if you like this video, please make sure you give it a like. Please leave a comment. Please also subscribe to the channel and get them notifications switched on by clicking that bell. And that means you'll see future videos posted. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.